Well, the way I use this camera is the way that I would use any other camera. I've always used 35mm lenses, and this camera comes with what is effectively a 28mm lens. So the first thing I did was add to it a 35mm viewfinder on the top here, which then gives me the same point of view that I've been having for 20 years with all forms of photography. Now, what I obviously have to do then is change the lens so that it's effectively giving me a 35mm point of view. So I will change the zoom until I've got what I can see through the viewfinder. Then I'll set the camera on either 200 or 400 ASA. That's the ASA that I'm more familiar with. It gives me the greater range. It's better quality on 200, but 400 I don't mind a grain. In the back of the camera, in the menu settings, I will change the screen view so that it's giving me a 3:2 aspect ratio, which is the same as the 35mm frame. So I've now pretty much set this camera up as a 35mm camera. I can then save those settings in the menu, and I always choose to do so on C2. So whenever I turn the camera on, set it to C2, it reconfigures itself the way I left it, which is a very effective 35mm camera. Generally speaking, I'm shooting RAW frames, much greater quality, RAW rather than JPEG. It sometimes slows the camera down a little bit, but that's a good compromise for me. I much prefer the quality and the dynamic range of the RAW file. And I tend to underexpose every frame so that I'm saving the highlights, especially as I work in places like here in India, where you have incredibly bright highlights. So I pretty much set this camera up actually as I've set up any camera that I've ever owned.